Hello everyone and welcome to our NEWSmakers podcast. This is Nick Castora, Products and Education Editor of the News. Today we're sitting down with LG Regional Sales Engineer Scott Gilchrist, who led the Vermont Living Case Study project. Scott's going to discuss that project, the heat recovery system that was involved, and much more. Let's get to it. And Scott now joins us on the NEWSmakers podcast. Scott, before we get into the Living Case Study, could you give our listeners some insight into your role at LG?
Of course. I'm a regional sales engineer at LG Electronics in the commercial air conditioning division based out of Southern California. My primary role is to manage our applied representatives within my territory. Our applied reps sell multiple HVAC products, so I'm the main contact when they are dealing with the LG VRF product offering. I spend most of my time meeting with owners, architects, and engineers to explain this technology and see if LG is a good fit for their design. After this, I usually take place. We'll work closely with them, the installing contractors, to make sure the project gets installed correctly.
And as far as the Living Case Study goes, for those who aren't familiar, what exactly is it and how did this come about?
We wanted to create an event series to really showcase LG's HVAC offerings in an innovative and interactive way. Contractors and industry folks are aware and are constantly being educated on LG's air conditioning systems, but the mainstream media, designers, architects, and especially consumers are sometimes less aware. We really wanted to take some time to showcase the unique products LG is most proud of and really bring them to life, showcasing in an up-close and personal fashion that LG's air conditioning systems are more than just AC units. They're energy efficient, sleekly designed, and in the bigger picture, helping buildings and communities become more sustainable in the long term.
Yeah, and you hinted at a couple of these groups already, but was the Living Case Study something that's really for consumers, contractors, engineers, and everyone that's involved in the HVAC community?
Absolutely. I think we focus so much every day on engineers and architects and installing contractors that we really wanted to show everyone, the end users, exactly what we had to offer and show really the energy efficiency of the equipment that's out there.
Yeah, so can you kind of detail what all was installed at the Vermont example where the event was held?
Absolutely. So the Vermont's a luxury high-rise apartment building in downtown Los Angeles. There's actually two towers, a 30-story and a 24-story tower, and a total of 464 apartments. The system that was installed was an air-cooled variable refrigerant flow system in which the fan coils are installed in each apartment. We actually have heat recovery boxes located in the hallways, and then condensing units located on the roof and a couple in the lower parking garage.
Yeah, and so the event highlighted a heat recovery system of your guys'. Can you tell us a bit about that system and what makes it so innovative?
Yeah, absolutely. So variable refrigerant flow technology was basically introduced as a system to minimize losses found in conventional HVAC systems. An air-cooled VRF system is engineered to minimize or remove ductwork, to minimize or remove large distribution fans, water pumps, and piping, which in turn gives back plenum and floor space. By using an inverter-driven compressor and electronic expansion valves, the system is one of the most energy-efficient options on the market today. The energy efficiency and the fact that it's easy to design, install, and maintain are the reasons a VRF system has a low life cycle cost compared to other systems on the market today. Also, we were able to eliminate the use of water in the HVAC system, which is great not only for California, but also reduced a lot of weight throughout the building. These VRF indoor fan coils are very low in sound and can operate as low as 23 dBs, and this system also helped the Vermont obtain LEED certification.
Yeah, now this part's really cool. Woodrow Clark, who's a Nobel Prize winner, actually spoke at the event. And what was his message to those who were in attendance?
Dr. Clark is a strong advocate for the environment and sustainability. His speech really focused on how important it is to build sustainable communities and how LG's energy efficiency products fit into that arena.
And so what's the outside feedback for the event been like to this point?
It's been so positive so far. We're thrilled to have kicked off our Living Case Study series in the gorgeous luxury residential building, the Vermont, in downtown Los Angeles. All of our attendees, the media, customers, engineers, even bloggers, got a chance to learn from LG executives and our Nobel Prize winning keynote speaker on the big picture. The importance of both developing and utilizing energy efficient products that in turn contribute to sustainable buildings and communities. It's really been a great way to also shake up perceptions on HVAC products Cool Gallery indoor unit, as mentioned previously, is an aesthetically pleasing air conditioning system that at first glance looks nothing like a traditional AC unit. That's what we live for at LG. We're constantly innovation for a better life.
Yeah, and so after the success of this first living case study, what's in the works for future editions of it?
We're excited to be hosting a second event in Chicago later this summer, as well as a third event in New York City later this year. Each will highlight a different LG project and air conditioning solution system. And I'll have to say, our host for the event in Chicago is truly an architectural marvel. You won't want to miss it.
So, and for people who don't want to miss it, who want to learn more about LG, to learn more about the Living Case Study series and everything else the company has in the works, where should they turn?
It's a great resource. It's just our LG HVAC website. If you go to lghvac.com, and if anyone is interested in attending our Chicago or New York events, the best thing to do is email us at lg.cac@lg1.com. Once again, that's lg.cac@lg-one.com.
All right, Scott, thank you so much for stopping by the Newsmakers podcast.
No, thanks for having me.
We hope you enjoyed our conversation with Scott and learned a bit more about the Living Case Study series and all that it entails. Thanks for listening, and we encourage you to join us for the remainder of our Newsmakers series at achrnews.com or for free on iTunes. For more information, visit www.achrnews.com.